My name is David Durn. I'm a marketing student at Clemson University. Today I will be talking about the basics of marketing strategy, specifically the interaction between two of the elements of the marketing mix, price and promotion. Here we have the Fab 40 slide with a chart illustrating the four distinct intersections between price and promotion. Now, I'll explain each of these a little bit more in detail and provide you with examples of each one of these strategies. It's fairly simple though. Off to the left you have a price variable with a high and a low variant there. Up top a promotion with a high and a low variable. Now each one of these strategies is going to be used in a different application. As we go through here, I provide you with examples. Try to think of your own examples, how you would use each one of these strategies in your own various applications. To begin with, a rapid skimming strategy is a combination of a high price and a high amount of promotion. So essentially an expensive product and a lot of money spent on marketing that product. A great example of this is the recent unveiling of Apple's new iPhone X. The cell phone market is incredibly large, and the demand for the iPhone is high, although there is plenty of competition for the iPhone, to include Apple's previous iPhone models. In fact, along with the iPhone X, Apple's releasing the iPhone 8. So Apple markets each new model heavily, along with continually increasing their prices, with the iPhone X starting at $1,000. They're utilizing a rapid skimming strategy. Next, we have the slow skimming strategy, where the prices remain high, but there is less of an emphasis on marketing, sometimes much less. Think about it. When's the last time you saw a Rolls-Royce, Bentley, or Lamborghini commercial? That's because these brands employ a slow skimming strategy. They don't need to advertise because their market is much smaller, and their market knows who they are. They're paying money for exclusivity. Extensive marketing would detract from this feeling, making the products feel more common and mundane. The opposite end of this spectrum is the rapid penetration strategy, where the brand attempts to gain as much market share as possible, as quickly as possible. Prices are kept low and a lot of emphasis is placed on marketing. Sprint's free year of unlimited service is an extreme example of this. Prices were non-existent, at least for a year, due to Sprint's desire to poach price-sensitive consumers from their honestly stronger competitors. These consumers would not be aware of the deal unless Sprint promoted it heavily. Finally, a slow penetration strategy is the intersection of a low-priced product with Nissan essentially does this with their bargain product, the Versa. The market is very large and they're very aware of the product. Nissan doesn't heavily promote the Versa because they'd rather people buy an Altima or a Maxima, except they really want them to buy a crossover or an SUV. So the Versa is there, it's cheap, and it isn't heavily marketed. Slow penetration. It's important to understand the concepts on this slide, because without them it's hard to establish a marketing strategy for your product or determine what strategy an opponent is using. Obviously there are finer points here, but this slide is an excellent overview of the interaction between price and promotion.